Hello and welcome to this Saturday, August 3rd, 2019 episode of Sidekick Mastermind. And today's episode is what's the best tool for the job? And what's the best tool for happiness? Now, the best tool for the job could be multiple tools. It's not always going to be necessarily the best tool, but the best tool for the situation, the individual job. What's going to work best given the resources, given the situation, given the time? You've got to take into multiple accounts to find the best tool for the job. So to find the best tool for happiness, it may be different for one person than it is for another person. And that's why I created this framework. It's based off of actual human needs and happiness, and everyone's going to be slightly different, but these habits enable everyone to meet their needs on their own terms. It's about the individual while maintaining cooperation with the outside world, because without maintaining cooperation with the outside world, they literally wouldn't be able to do anything. There's nothing within my presence that I could do solely by myself. So that's pretty incredible to think about, that everything is through cooperation. But if we're only doing what others want us to do, then that's almost a form of slavery, whether imposed by others or self. And it's kind of interesting because I've known some people recently that have been locked in their own cage. And I broke out of my own cage, and I've been getting further away from it over the last year. And that's really interesting. I mean, it was literally like a year ago. It was last August. Some really interesting things happened. And it literally broke me free from that cage. And life hasn't been the same since. Now, have I felt suicidal in that time? Have I had suicidal thoughts? Of course. I mean, I've suffered suicidal ideation all of my life. So when this transition happened, I still had those thoughts from time to time. But when they came up, the problem was something was a little bit different this time. Over the last year, I mean, instead of getting suicidal, it turned into being disturbed and frustrated and pushed me to take new actions because I wasn't going to let people take advantage of me anymore. I wasn't going to let people disrespect my time anymore. And so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. If you look at what I've built with just these podcasts, I've now got 6 daily podcasts, and then my own personal Bible study that I do for myself, my own personal programming study. And I've also got some spiritual study just to get an understanding so that we can work together without inflicting on each other's belief structures. And I'm not saying that every single religion is going to join together and become one world religion or anything like that. I'm saying that we need to respect individuality with a planet of nearly 10 billion people in the next 30 years. We've got to think about getting along because right now a lot of people aren't getting along. And I'm not saying we're going to bring world harmony, but I am saying we can bring harmony to our communities and the people that are within our reach. And that's why I intend on helping to feed, house, and empower 1 billion people to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward so that they can have happiness, health, and abundance. selfless abundance. My goal with that in the next 30 years, 1 billion people, is because that's 1/10 of the planet. It's because right now there are over 2.5 billion people without proper toilets. I'm not looking to build these McMansions or anything like that. I'm looking to build efficient spaces that make people happy, healthy, and selflessly abundant, that allow people to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward, so that they have housing, some shelter, they have some food in their stomach, and empowered to solve problems and serve others with passion. The best tool for the job of happiness is what works for you. What is living to you? You're, you need some housing, you need some food, you need communication with the world, you need a belief structure, some faith in yourself, some applied faith, faith that things are going to come together outside of you, cooperation through other people. And then solving problems and serving others based on things you are passionate about, based on problems and solutions and experiences that bring passion to you. Because if you're not passionate, you're not going to solve, you're not going to serve, you're just going to be a leech. Play hard, love harder. What does that mean to you? Learn and grow by following your curiosity. Pay it forward with gratitude. That's paying it forward on your terms, not feeling required to give, but to be overflowing and want to give with gratitude. That's completely unique to you. That's your best tool for happiness. Be inspired to innovate, to create a raving fan experience. Be resourceful. Have a simple business model that makes buying easy. Celebrate milestones. Use the best tool for the job. Read daily. Blog daily. Listen to audio daily. Market daily. The blogging can be creating content, documenting. It can be written, audio, video. Coach and be coached daily. Daily masterminding, attend events often, be all in your life's work. These are very critical things. These daily habits. The marketing daily habit is probably the one that I need to push into the next level the most. And I've been doing these for 28 days, and no one's seen it. No one's heard that. The only one that's getting any traction is the Law of Success Mastermind, because it's getting its own people searching for the Law of Success based on Napoleon Hill. All the other stuff I've got to market. It's interesting. It's really interesting how it's unfolding. But this next week, starting tomorrow, is where I'm really unleashing the marketing. So it's just been one phase at a time, one step after another, adding more and more and more. And now we're ready to really start marketing and start housing people, start building spaces, start raising the funding for the prototype village, start raising funding for additional properties to be able to create these cities. That's what it's really about. The cities are not cities in the traditional sense. They're networks of villages in a very unique way. Not so unique, it's almost a state, but the point is that this is about cooperation. This is about no real boundaries. It's about proximity, and that's where these city infrastructures are about. It's really a city is the greater network. The villages and the individual spaces are what's important. And the cities are kind of just a placeholder name for the greater network. A lot of people may think that's a little scary, but the fact of the matter is, you already have this on you at all times. If you have an Apple Watch, you have that on you. The stuff is tracking you more and more, and we're willing to give up certain things for other things. And some villages, I mean, people may be in, that's the thing about this, is if we're only 10%, there's still going to be 90% of the world that is doing things differently. This isn't for everyone. This is for people that want to live a certain way, that for people that want to be happy, healthy, and selflessly abundant. People that want to live, work, play, love, learn, and pay it forward. That's what this mastermind is about. So I hope you found the tool that you need for your own personal happiness, your own personal path to self-actualization. Thanks for another episode of Sidekick Mastermind.